X-Rated goes off on Mexicans on Vlad, but he was on APC, SNY Yard and got stabbed by Northern Riders Dropout Nortenos, and he snitched on them to authorities.
You're recording albums in prison, and you're putting them out. And at one point in 2002, you were stabbed by some gang members because they said that they wanted you to produce them and you didn't want to do it. You end up getting stabbed by a toothbrush with razor blades and a knife made out of metal from baseball equipment and so forth. Is that true?
It is not. In 2002,
okay, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
We could talk about this story, but the reason they did what they did was so that you, just like right now, you're rewarding what they were trying to do. These niggas is niggas that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. My business was not their business. I'm not no motherfucking Mexican. I respect melanated people and their struggles, but I'm not no motherfucking Mexican. I'm a Southside nigga from Sacramento, a black dude that banged Crip. That's what I came from. So for a Mexican to have been in my business is a direct violation of some codes. And niggas don't talk about that because they too busy sensationalizing what I experienced. But the reality was, at first it's X-Rated ain't no celebrity, then it's I'm getting talked about like a celebrity. Niggas gotta pick their poison. I don't know who the fuck else was in Playboy. I don't know who the fuck else was in the LA Times. I don't know who the fuck else was in The Source, Vibe, on the cover of the first Murder Dog, Double XL. I don't know who the fuck else was. But people was TMZ in me is what we like to call it. Motherfuckers was just talking about me. And you got a person that's disrupted to the environment because everybody, these niggas is fans. So before you come to prison, these niggas is fans. They get to prison and shave your head, and you in a gang that is at odds with me because I'm black. But you still want to talk to me and be cool with X-Rated. And I'm like, nigga, you go over there with your people. My people can't be pieces of shit, but I'm cool because I'm a rapper. Nigga, fuck you niggas. I'm with these niggas. I'm not over here. I'm not no Mexican, and I'm not no white boy. If a white boy with me, it's because he rep what we repped. I wasn't because I was a white boy. And so nobody asked why these motherfuckers was in my business and who would be investigating who and caring. X-Rated showed up, the dude who's been making albums all this time. These niggas don't want to be Tupac. A nigga that want to rap in jail don't want to be Jay-Z. He want to be X-Rated. I'm the only one who ever did it. I'm the one on Billboard. Their goal, their fantasy ain't to attain a Tupac status. Or Jay-Z, that's unreasonable to reach. But DMX, they looking at damn X-Rated is in Building 5, and he in his catalog, and they can listen to it. So niggas is thinking about me too much. People gave too much of a fuck about what I was doing. So there's a Hip Hop DX article about me getting cracked in 2009. I got caught in my cell with a cell phone and a full-blown studio in my cell. And this is where intelligence come into play. I like to study California Code of Regulations, Title 15, every year when they pass the motherfuckers out in January. I'm reading that motherfucker, and La Menendez taught me this. I'm reading that bitch to see what they didn't address. I'm reading it not to see what the rules are. I'm reading that bitch to see what the rules aren't. And there's no rule against me having a cellular phone, because who would have one of those? The guy who could fucking afford to pay.
State prison in Central California, and what's called a sensitive needs yard, or SNY for short. It's supposed to be a relatively safe place to do your time, but that's all changed. This is home for Anna Ray Brown, doing 31 years for his part in a gangland killing.
On top of my game.
He's also known as X-Rated, the street name he's used in the release of a dozen rap albums. In this video obtained by Fox 11 News, X-Rated, here in the black pants, is attacked by two knife-wielding inmates who want him dead. It sparks a small prison yard riot. He's slashed 7 times but survives. In this incident report, X-Rated tells investigators it was Northern Riders who stabbed me. Northern Riders, who use the Playboy Bunny as their symbol, are a prison-based gang composed of dropouts who left other gangs, came to an SNY Yard seeking protection, and then formed a new gang. And the SNYs have gone from a haven for safety to a den of predators, says Central California gang investigator Robert Clayton.
I've had inmates
asked to go back to the main line, the general population, because they were more afraid of these SNY gangs than they were of the gang they left prior. Yeah, so we have guys that ask for protection all the time off of a protection yard.
In this case, these Northern Riders, all lifers, were allegedly extorting X-Rated to force him to produce a rap album of their own. Investigators say Northern Riders, who also used a falling star as their symbol, grew from 6 members to 800 in a decade, making it the fastest growing SNY gang. But Northern California investigator Mike Brody says, not the only one.
All over the state. There are dropout gangs for every ethnic group and every territorial group.
Brothers by choice, sucker-free, independent riders, cutthroat family, bad news banditos. Since the 1990s, the list has grown to more than 24 SNY gangs. Some have disappeared. But investigators say there are now SNY gangs at 22 of the state's 33 prisons. That's up from just 2 SNY yards that were first established in 1998. Gang investigator Billy Idroso worked the San Diego prison beat.
They're dangerous because what people don't realize is just because you're a dropout, it doesn't mean that you lost that mentality. You know, you still have that gangster mentality.
X-Rated was not on the main line with Crips. He was on a SNY Yard against the Northern Riders Dropout Nortenos.